Peace, peace, peace. What's good? It's your boy Sincere Seven coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. The Pad, Detroit edition. Yeah, man, we in the lab, man. We kicking it. We just talking about some different things, man. We had a dope ass cushion coffee this morning. I really enjoyed that. And so sitting here at the lab, you know what I'm saying, going through some things, handling some things, and I was like, yo, going back and forth on Facebook about a few things that I had conversations with some people just the other day, and it was like, damn, like um, whenever a subject comes up a lot or quite a bit around me, it's like I be feeling like that's one of them things that we can have one of them, discussions about, a little urban philosophy. And so I felt like, this was a good time for me to jump on because of the conversations that was just being had on Facebook. And so that's like the conversation of basically sexuality and the tapping into the divine essence of the true safety within it. You know what I'm saying? Which we're speaking of the orgasm for the woman and the extension of expression for the man. Because those two things are the goals, but are so often unachieved, apparently, based off of conversations that's been going on. And, for me, this is, again, being one of them people who deal with relationships and the different aspects of the relationship building, holding on, foundation, and all of this. This is a subject that very often comes up. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality, the expression of sexuality, acceptance of sexuality, the practices of sexuality, and in this case, the safety within sexuality. And so I feel like before we even get into the conversation that I'm being very clear on the answer to the problem. Like that's not really that's that's not the problem. So the problem that we're speaking of is women's lack of ability to orgasm, or men's lack of ability to express themselves long enough to bring those women to orgasm. And what I'm saying by that is both of those are both stemmed by the same thing, lack of safety. And I think that is an easy thing to say, but a more difficult one to conceptualize. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. All right, all right. Well, I just need to feel safe. But what is that? What do we mean by that? Like, why? Who's having lack of safety? Lack of safety from what perspective or what? And so it's my opinion that the majority of women who lack the ability to achieve orgasms, that is because they lack the ability to feel safe in what they're doing. Safety is immediate. Security is long term. So I feel like a lot of women be secure in their decisions, and that's something that is a difference that is important for people to understand, that there is a difference in that. Safety is immediate. Security is an extension, an extended feeling. Like you feel safe right now. Secure is like I'm good with what's coming or where we're going with this. And I think that a lot of women are conditioned to seek out security as opposed to safety because the idea of it is more comfortable. The idea of being able to be, how do I say, powerful enough over your own safety is an idea that leaves something to desire. So to be secure in what it is that we're going to do around these experiences that I don't feel safe in will bring me out to be. In other words, it'll be okay when it's all over. It'll be okay when we get past this. It'll be different once we get to this aspect of whatever it is we're dealing with. And also, I think it's important to understand that when I'm saying safety, that doesn't mean like they don't trust the person. Safety, it covers so many more aspects than what we're talking about. And I just like to take a minute to come up out of the woman's point of view and keep it a balanced point of view. Is the same thing that what we're speaking of when it's coming to these women is the same thing that we're speaking of when it comes to the men. The conversation of being able to do and being able to express yourself within to bring a woman to a point of orgasm. Not coming, but orgasm is something that needs a certain amount of safety within the man's mindset of expression, of how he's moving, of what he's doing, of what he's giving, to keep him motivated, to keep him inspired, to keep him in tune, right? And I think that the lack of that feeling of safety or support from either side is going to throw off either one of their expressions. You know what I mean? I think that, like I said earlier, about the lack of communication that we have going into different things as a people, as a culture, is where we lack the feeling of safety. How can I know that I can feel safe with you? And we've never had this conversation. I'm trying something out and I'm hoping that you go for it. I'm trying something out, I'm hoping you like it. I don't even know what it is that you like, what, you know, and I found that to be interesting with, again, conversations. I've been just really engaged in some real fun and challenging conversations, right? And the conversations of like sexual desires. How many times do you even know what an individual likes before you start going into the realms that you're going into? Are you into the S&M? Do you like to be choked? Do you like to be beat up? Do you like to be held down? Do you like going to Pound Town, or do you prefer the sensual? Do you prefer somebody to make love to you, take time? You know what I'm saying? Maybe incorporate some fruits and honeys and different things of this nature, or are you looking for some ropes and chains? And like, you know, because the idea of those things changing is going to bring the idea of if you're going to enjoy this or not. Like, period, point blank. Like, and it's like, if a person doesn't even have that information to move with, then where is it? Well, like, what are you really in engaging in this for? You understand what I'm saying? You know, so these ideas is just something that I'm just inviting our people to start to lean into a little bit more, to start really understanding the aspects of what's going on as compared to the aspects about how they feel about what's happening. A lot of people are speaking about how they feel about the situations that they're going into, but are we diving in and leading into or leaning into what is it that's bringing these experiences about, and what is it that we can do to actually change them? You know what I'm saying? Can you change the actual experiences that you're going through with other individuals within your sexual environment? Like, listen to that question. Like, that was a hell of a question. Are you able to change? Listen to this question. Are you able to change the reality of what's going on within your sexual expressions with another person? My answer to that is yes. If there is a encounter going on with another individual and I am not feeling safe, fulfilled, satisfied to the point where I can exercise myself to the best of my ability, I can verbalize that. I can let it be known, like, look, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need this, and you keep doing this, or I would prefer so why don't you stop doing this and let me do that, or you do this, and then with that conversation, boom, all right, bet, we right back into it, and now I can express myself, right? Or excuse me, express myself sexually to the best of my ability, because that would be the foundation point of the whole expression, right? Do you have that ability to have those conversations, to check, self-check, to check each other, to inform each other, to accept the information that's being given, to adjust yourself? Do you feel safe enough to do that? If not, you're not going to be able to, one, as a woman, orgasm, or two, as a man, express yourself to the fullest of your abilities, right? So it's like, how often do we engage in these conversations? Do we welcome them? Like me personally, I always like to have AAR, after action review. Like any woman that's been with me, like 90% of the time there's an after action review. Like we're like, so what you think? What was it that you really enjoyed about it? Was it something you didn't enjoy? Is it something you could do without? Like, is it something like you was like, damn, what happened to that? Why you ain't, you know what I mean? And I don't be taking it no type of way except for information. You know what I'm saying? It might have been some shit that I skipped out on, like, oh shit, I didn't think you would have liked that. Don't worry, it'll be there next time. Or as opposed to some shit that might have been going on that you think she wants you to do and she don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I was having a conversation the other day. It's a lot of women now who like to be choked and like to be, sodomized and like to be rough handled and all of that. And it'd be like, yo, I need to know these things because people be looking at me and with how much passion I express myself in, and I'm now understanding that a lot of people think I have aggression in me, and I'm one of them people that'd be like, oh wait, no, let's do an update. I'm sorry, I'm not. uh, Oh, I'm not built like that naturally. Like that wasn't something that was on my mind. Like I thought she was beautiful. There was nothing in my mind that made me say, let me choke the shit off this bitch. Like, wait, what? Oh, you want me to choke the shit off this bitch? Okay, well, walk me into this, okay? Lead me into this shit. Because that's not how I'm naturally, you know what I'm saying, thinking. I'm more of a sensual, like love making and like looking into your eyes and all of this shit, right? So it's like these things are important to know and to understand. Now, of course, we all know you got to be versatile. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep shit new. You got to be able to go from one realm to another. But even still within that, there's, certain limits. There's certain characteristics. You know what I'm saying? There's certain personalities. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people who can do certain things and is comfortable with certain shit. And then there's other people be like, wait, do what? Oh shit. Hold on 1 second. Let me throw my shoes on real quick. I left something at home. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like that these conversations need to be had because this is where safety come in at. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, it's awkward going in, right? It's awkward to be like sitting there and really just asking each other different questions that, what? Like my ass? Hey, wait, what? No, that's not a prerequisite. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to do what? Like, right? As opposed to, oh, word, you like that shit? Oh shit, most people don't like that shit, right? So then when you find that comfort and you know that the person that you with, y'all the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have the same ideas, y'all have the same quirks, y'all have the same thoughts. So then the ideas of are they judging me? Are they thinking are they gonna think I'm nasty when I do this? Or are they gonna want me to do this all the time? Or they think that I'm like something other? That shit don't make you feel safe. So when you have these conversations, you have these understandings, you can laugh, joke, share with one another. Then when you go into those actual realms, you don't have these precursors that's going through your mind. And as a man, you can express yourself, you know what I'm saying, to the fullest of your ability. And as a woman, you feel safe enough to let go and allow. And that is where those come from. That's why I'm saying it's the opposite. The man not able to perform, neither the woman not able to get to where she need to get to. You know what I'm saying? And both of them come from the lack of feeling safe. You know what I'm saying? So when you incorporate these features and these conversations and these actions and these thoughts, but again, we don't communicate with one another enough. Like for real, that's the number one missing through our cultural relationships is conversations. Literally, communication kills confusion. And this isn't just male and female relationship. This is mother and child, father and son, mother and daughter, and all the way around. You know what I'm saying? We don't have enough of these challenging conversations anymore. We don't have these bonfire conversations. We don't have the rites of passages where all the groups of women are saying blah, blah, blah. And then the other one saying, well, that's how y'all feel. I feel a little different. You know what I'm saying? And just the understanding for everybody to be who they are, but express themselves freely within that, especially with an individual that they're gonna be intimate with. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep saying it, like, how are we comfortable putting each other genitals in our mouths, but we not comfortable having conversations about our traumas, dramas, or what turns us on or off? Like, I should know that shit before I know what you taste like. I mean, I want to get there, but I need to know that shit first to know if I'm even supposed to get there, because that might not be for me. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm not judgmental on expression. I'm judgmental about lack of honesty within the realms. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to express myself to you about who I am, what I like, how I feel, what I would like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. It says Facebook user. I think women in general shy away from those types of conversations because they look at it as something that devalues them in a man's mind. They are less apt to initiate those things in a new relationship for fear that someone might not be able to handle their preferences. Men definitely need to provide a safe space for women to really, really show that other archetype. It probably should go along with the conversations about your sexual health status. Ooh, I like that. Facts. And I agree, and that's exactly why I'm bringing this. Who is that, by the way? Because this only tells me some people's names on some platforms and others. Tutu Larue. Oh, we bike, like BYKE. Johan, okay, should have known. Johan always has some very, very well thought out and well presented comments. Johan is one of my most appreciated people when it comes to engaging in different conversations, because he'll clearly let it be known I don't agree with you, but he will clearly present how he sees things, and it's always very well put together. It's like he's ready for a debate, even though he never brings the energy of "I'm looking for a debate." Back in my Florida voice. Okay, you feel me? So yeah, shout out to you, Johan. Yeah, man, and I agree, you know what I'm saying, with the men as well as the women. And I mean, like, everybody knows I'm telling the truth. It's easier for us to end up somewhere becoming sexual than it is to have these conversations, and that is where these issues come from. That's where the problems come from. Like, I really respect the individuals that can sit that, like, I've sat in the room like in the middle of the night with the red light on, you know what I'm saying? Shit on hard, talking about how people see shit, how they feel shit, how they, you know what I mean? No sexuality going down, just how we see certain shit, how we view certain shit. Like, for me, that's one of those intimate conversations. I love that shit. You don't have to be stroking out. We can sit and talk about that shit. How you feel about sex? How you feel about the relationship you have with the person you having sex with? How you feel about how you gonna go about finding your next sexual partner? How you feel about what you want in a sexual partner? How you feel about the sex that you have? What do you like? You know what I'm saying? Those are some dope ass. That should be just as a turn on as the actual sex do. And actually, if you engage in those conversations more, it will increase the appreciation for the actual sexual escapade, the encounter. Like, you now know that the person you know what I'm saying, going through it with is like tapped in and tuned to how you feel, how you think, how you sense, how you see. And even if not, the things that they do desire, you know how to tap into them to give them that before you go get what you're looking for. Right? Hold on. Let me do me. Let me control this shit. Let me control this. Let me take this. Let me give you that. Let me do all of that. All right, let me release. All right, let me come back. All right, now do whatever you want to do. Fuck it. Now I'm ready. I'm primed up. Like, I got mine all right. What? Right? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Go ahead, right? And if you don't know that they operate like that, then how are you gonna really operate like that? You know? For real, man, like these conversations are intimate. There's a lot of sex going on with no intimacy. Ding, 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 ding. There's a lot of sex right now going on with no intimacy. And I can, what's that word? Like, when you see it, you know it. Like, I can not disguise, but what's that word? Like I see it, I recognize. I can recognize when I'm having sex without intimacy. And when I realize it, it's like, oh shit, self-check, self-check. This is some weaker shit. This is some weaker shit. And this is what creates the things that we complain about. We have to not engage in actions that create our own disappointments. Thank you. I got the discernment. Yeah, to be able to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm having sex, but there's no intimacy here. And that's not to say that you're not supposed to have sex with that person. It's to say that you're supposed to increase the intimacy. What is the intimacy? Intimacy is like, I think that now intimacy has been confused with foreplay. I feel like there's a lot of processes that we're supposed to go through to get to certain levels. And since we've just kind of eliminated all rites of passages and initiations, now we don't understand where certain things lay, right? So I think that intimacy has been shelved with foreplay. Intimacy is what takes place before any type of sexual encounters, even foreplay, comes in. It should. Intimacy should be at play before any sexuality takes in. That's what I'm trying to say. And a lot of us have lost the art of intimacy, of being intimate with one another, of opening up these vulnerabilities, opening up these chambers, opening up these questions, opening up these intriguing things with one another, right? Blend watermelon seeds and drink watermelon juice. Keeps the blood flowing right. But sometimes ED comes from the hurdles we have to hop before getting to intimacy. So I'm gonna tell you, brethren, you know me as a medicine man and an alchemist and all of that. We got the polished wood grain and the erotica over here. The erotica is the intimacy pills for the women, and the polished wood grain is the intimacy pills or capsules for the men, right? So I'm very familiar with prolonging, right? Especially when we're dealing with sex magic. But I'm gonna tell you, me personally, I feel like intimate conversations with a woman is more potent than the different watermelon juices and gas station honeys and even the polished wood grain. Intimate conversations with the women that you are being sexual with, I believe, are more usable, more potent than the actual, because those are changing physical, what I'm trying to say, responses to certain things. But the mind is more powerful than the body. Like, I know I've taken some of these pills before, right? Capsules, not pills like they get, but what I've taken, and the intimacy that I have with the individual, the anticipation was stronger than the intimacy. I've been wanting to be with her for a long time, and then you finally get with her and you prepped, but it don't matter because your mind is where it's at, and it has you operating however, whereas like even whatever you took. But then there's also been them situations where I haven't taken anything, but the intimate conversations that took place and the sharing that we had for one another had me performing like I was 20 again. And I'm like, damn, this came from a conversation. This came from acceptance. This came from comfort and safety. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Johnson said, it's hard for me to be vulnerable to someone that only seeks capital gain from me. She never wants to give what she takes. That's usually my issue. Or I have to dig through her traumas to even get her mind open enough. And by then I'm tired. See, now, this is exactly what I meant when I said we have to do better than letting ourselves get into these situations that we don't have no business in. Like, I know exactly what you mean, brethren. I know exactly what you mean. One of the last women I tried to deal with had more emotional trauma than she did sexual energy. So even if the sexual energy is good, the emotions and the way that they respond and do something, like you said, you got to dig through their traumas to get their mind open enough, right? I totally understand, but this is where I was saying earlier about knowing the things that we will accept and the things that we won't accept. Like for me, I'm realizing, especially as a healer, I'm not supposed to be accepting a lot of women that don't have their traumas and dramas to a certain point. Like if you're a client, you're a client, but you can't be a client and be my woman at the same time. I can't be trying to take you and walk you through these traumas and dramas that you had with your fathers and your brothers and your uncles and these people that you went to work with and all of that, and be your man, because I'm working double time, you know? And so that's something that I had to realize, even though my heart goes out, my dick should not. And lastly, what often stops the intimacy is women's inability to be accountable. Well, so, if you watched the video I did earlier, it was called Expectations versus Acceptance. And I made it very clear to myself this morning that we, in our culture, women are supposed to have expectations. As men, we're not. We're supposed to either accept those women or we're not. And with that, we don't have to have the whole, I'm not going 50-50 or not. It don't matter. You let it be known what you expect, not to us, to yourself. And what you expect from a man, you look for that. And when you see it and you make yourself available to that man, now it's up to that man to accept you or to not accept you. So with that being said, when we say women's inability to be accountable, they don't have to be. They don't have to be. We either accept them or we don't. So if she want to walk around and act like that, there's a man who will accept that if she gives him herself to him. And then there's men who say, man, I'm not accepting that shit. And so if and when we understand what it is that we really supposed to do, the whole balance of what men are supposed to do and what women supposed, that shit gonna balance itself out. I don't have to argue with nobody anymore. I don't accept you. Don't worry. I don't give a fuck what you expect. I don't accept you. And with a woman's point of view, I don't give a fuck whether you expect me or not, because you don't live up to my expectations. And guess what? None of us have to say that to each other. None of us. No woman has to tell no man, this is what I expect. And no man has to say no woman, this is what I want to accept, unless we are actually in the realms of trying to fuck off on each other. I don't need to say publicly what I'll accept or what I don't, because you ain't coming into my range until you at least know what you are expecting. And now, those are self-balancing scales. Any women out here that are expecting men to be of this tax bracket, have this job, have this, whatever they accept, they are a self-balanced. They expect that. That's what they expect. And as men, you either can live up to those expectations or not, but you don't have to try to, because you don't even know what their expectations are. We're not supposed to. That's why women say, I stopped telling niggas. Niggas kept asking, so what you want in a man? Why? So you can lie about being that? Just be who you are as a man, and they gonna know if you live up to where you live at. Well, I live in Detroit, I live here, and in Florida, I live here. Now, if you expect a man to have his own home, I just checked off that box. Well, whatever it is, I can just tell you what the fuck it is I do, or what I don't do, or what I have, or what I don't have. Any questions you want to ask, that's cool, right? Now, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to the questions you're asking me. And I'm going to tell you from a man's point of view, I don't have to say shit. I can listen to the top 10 questions you asked me when we first met. I'll know whether I accept you or not so far, just based off the questions you asked me. Sure, you ain't asked me none of that shit that makes sense. Nothing that really shows me that you serious. Nothing that shows me you valuable. I do not accept this mission. You know what I'm saying? That's how that I'm telling y'all, that's the epiphany I came up with this morning. Women are supposed to have expectations, because look, as men, what are we supposed to be expecting from them? Nothing. We shouldn't. They made it very clear. I'm not going 50-50. No, man, he going to take care of me. So you know what they saying by that? They're saying that I have expectations of what I want in a man. And when he matches that, I will offer myself to him. It's up to or to not accept me. Now, when that man accepts that woman, she knows he already has this, that, and the other. And there is a certain reason to why he has and got there. So with that being said, he's going to change her life. You ain't had no bank account. You ain't had your own home. You ain't got multiple places in multiple states, but you expect that from a man. Okay, what's the man saying? I got that. And when you get with him, now he's putting the game down on you. He's putting this information on you. If he's spiritual, he's putting spiritual. If he likes sports and you expect a man to take you to ball games, that's what he do, right? So it's like, boom, when you take and you latch on to the one who has the things that you expect, when he accepts you, now y'all both fulfill those roles. No harm, no foul, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? No negative conversations. But how we know if she got shit to offer, if she's holding back to see what we have. So my question to you, Mr. Johnson, is what is it that you would like her to offer you? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. Shorty asked me this morning, well, what you expect from me? I was like, what do I expect from you? I don't really expect nothing from a woman. I will either accept who they are or I won't. Like, because really, like, for me, I have everything I need in life except for a woman. So that's really what she's there to do, is be who she is. So it's like, if I accept who she is, how she operates, what she comes with, that's it. Come on. If not, nah, you unacceptable. But what is it that we are supposed to expect from them? I don't have an expectation of women. Every single goddamn woman is different. Some of them dress like loose as fuck. Some of them are very conservative. Which one do you want is the question. So all we need to know is, are you what I'm looking to accept or not? We don't need no expectations of them. You know, because think about it. Women change. That's what they do. That's what they do. Look at their hair. Look at their nails. Look at their clothes. Look at their body weight. Look at how they got to they give birth and turn water and food into milk for like, women change. So as men to have expectations of women is crazy. We just need to know if they're acceptable to us or not. Is this what I accept as my woman? That's it. Because she's going to change who she is. When I met her, once she get with me, she about to be a whole totally different motherfucker anyway. You know that. Think about it. Come on, man. You know how we are. Those of us who are very effective at what we do as men, when women get with us, it changed their life. Right? So why would I have an expectation for you? I expect that you take these teachings and go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, better yourself. And you got to think about it. I already accepted you. So when you better yourself, that just makes it better for me. Like, you mine. Fuck you mean? You and becoming better as a woman, the only person that is benefiting more than I am is her. And that's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to feel like, hell yeah, I'm benefiting like a motherfucker. And I'm going, me too. Because I loved you when I got you. But goddamn, shorty, I motherfucking like you now. It's easy for me to love a woman. But once I start liking them, oh man, my man said, she's Tutu said, talk your shit, Savage. My man's Mr. Johnson said, I met the bar with a lot of women. I just got tired of pouring and not seeing. I don't expect shit anymore. If she a bum, she a bum, and I just use her as a cum dumpster. LOL. Just kidding. If she a mover and shaker and sharer, I'm on board. All right, so I know exactly where you're coming from, Mr. Johnson. And what I'm saying is you have the right idea. And this is where the idea of when women say, like, men need to start valuing themselves more, right? Like, I learned this a while ago, that I'm particular with who I have sex with, right? And it's not always for the reasons that some might think. It's been some motherfuckers who have been very influential and very, you know, about their business, money and they shit, and it's like, yeah, that's not, you know what I mean? Because of some characteristic things. And then there's some motherfuckers who ain't had shit to offer, ain't do shit, but they characteristics and they values and how they was top notch. I don't give a fuck about her being broke. She a real motherfucker and she can keep it 100. And so that's valuable to me because, again, as a man, I'm going to improve whatever woman I'm in anyway, right? So with that being said, I get where you're coming from. And that's why I'm saying, Mr. Johnson, that it's up to us to look at a woman and say, is she acceptable or not? And so what I mean by that is, what is it that you are looking for her for? For me, my main should be companionship. Like for me, I need you to be available to me. That's like one of the main, like being available, right? Which is also why I know for me, I need to be providing. Because I used to say, I don't provide for my woman to show that I'm a man and she ain't got to go 50-50. I provide for a woman so I can be the boss. Literally, like, yo, I want you to come over tonight. I can't. What you mean you can't? That's not, that's how the fuck you can't. I make it to where there's no reason why you can't. Fuck you mean? Well, my kids, we got a room for them, toys, all that shit. Well, my boss said, boss, fuck that, quick. Bills is paid. If you my woman, I'm going to see you when I want to see you. So with that being said, I got whatever the fuck needs to be taken care of. Any money you make, that's an addition to. So your boss, I always let my woman know, it's unacceptable for me to come second to your boss. So any woman who is a career woman, yeah, I'm good. We can fuck off or whatever. But like, as far as being my woman, like, nah, because if I want you to be there with me, there's no reason why you should be telling me, nah, I'm not going to be there. So a Fortune 500 woman might not have a chance with a hood rat might. She been in the hood all her motherfucking life. She don't do shit. She got tired of being up under a nigga all day. Here, bag that up, shawty. Fuck that. Here, all right, well, here, do this paperwork. Here, she going to move up in ranks, right? So by the time we 3-4 years in, she running the fucking business with me. And guess what? When I want to see her, I get to see her. That's acceptable for me. And so that's what I'm saying about we need to know what's acceptable to us. I'm not expecting nothing from no woman. So the woman out here, well, I got 4 cars and I got 3 houses and I got 6 businesses. She probably won't qualify to fuck with me. Ain't that crazy? But it's not, because it's about what you really accept. You know what I'm saying? And for the woman, it's what she expects. So for that woman who got all of that, I'm sure that what she expects from a man is totally different than the man I am. Mr. Johnson said, I'm honestly looking for a matching energy, a helpmate, a friend, a hoe, a confidant, a dreamer, still grounded in the reality it takes to get it. I'm looking for the woman I saw and the woman that raised me just as much as she's looking for her daddy. He dropped that shit, ladies. He let it be known. What you looking for? That's, hey, not true. I ain't met one that could yet, even if she wanted to. Well, could what? Not, you said not true. I ain't met one that could yet, even if she wanted to. Could what? Before I respond to that. Because again, that's why I say I don't even have no expectations from them. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is you know, be available. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from how I was raised. I didn't have that feminine energy. I didn't have that mama to be able to go home and give a hug, or to tell that she called me ugly and my feelings hurt. No, I didn't have that shit. I didn't have that feminine essence, you know what I'm saying, as a man. Everything around me was masculine, violent, and fast. Tutu said I wanted to be a kept man, but I'm too consummate hustler. Oh yeah, nah, he ain't. Listen, just like women speak up for other women. No, I know. I'm calling him Mr. Johnson, but that's my brother. His name Matt. Fuck that. That's my man. He ain't looking to be no kept man. He's a man's man like I am. He wanted a man like, I got everything I need. Fuck you mean? Like, I'm not gonna speak for him because he let it be known what he was looking for. He said all of that. But I'm just saying that to say, like, nah, like women like to project a lot of shit on men just because we don't go with the status quo, what these other weak ass men be saying. But that don't mean there's something wrong with us and we want to be kept, and none of that. It's like, yo, we just know the value of ourselves like women know the value of themselves. And my whole thing is, if women saying I'm not going 50-50, a man need to take care of me, who more valuable? Somebody, I know the value of myself. You got the value of yourself. You won't even take care of your own shit. I got to take care of me and you. So I think that makes me a little bit more valuable. That's how I feel. And you can say that you can see a nigga flipping his hair if you want to, because you do. But that ain't no motherfucking sew-in and motherfucking locks, because I'm a warrior. You know, and that's what women don't want, is us men to see the value within ourselves, because it makes us question the value of y'all, and y'all hate that shit. Yo, shorty, can you cook? Can you build a house? Why, yes, I can. Glad you asked. Now, back to the original question. Can you cook? Which you want a whole house for some Alfredo? Get the fuck out of here. You know, make me a souffle if you really fancy. You ain't got nothing truffle in your house trying to talk about, can I build a house? For what? So I can house you going to pick me up some goddamn 4x4? I don't even eat that shit. Do you know how to feed me right? Can you be my FDA? That's my thing. For real, that's about all I expect from a woman. I got one finally. I expect you to be my FDA. As a man and as who I am to my community, I want to go home and say, hey, look, baby, I'm feeling like this, blah, 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 blah. And I want you to go in there and go get what I need. I want you to bring me my motherfucking ashwagandha and my motherfucking peppermint tea, rub my motherfucking forehead, temples, and lay me back on your bosom and let me relax in the essence of you. Can you be my FDA? And let's look. My brother said it, and we floated right past it. Fuck that. My bad, Matt. Mr. Johnson, let me back up real quick. I want you to be my motherfucking mama just as much as you want me to be your motherfucking daddy. He said it. We scrolled right past it. This is what I hear more and more in our community. What the fuck these niggas think? We supposed to be they mamas? Y'all will literally ask that question with that audacity while saying, a man's supposed to replace my father. My father taught me. My father showed me that. Wait. What the fuck make y'all think we supposed to replace y'all fathers? But y'all not supposed to replace our mothers. So as a man, and not just a man, but a man's man, let me just say, you goddamn right we looking for you to replace our mamas. The fuck wrong with you to not... What the fuck else have you been trained for, if not to do that? I'll wait. The fuck you think that you have been conditioned for? What do you think that you have been... Look at the makeup of your bodies. If that don't say that you're supposed to be mamas forever, I don't know what is. Just like we supposed to represent that masculine that you had, and now that you have, your father provided for you. Your father protected you. Hold on, excuse me. Your father was supposed to provide for your mother and you and the rest of your family. Your father was supposed to protect the household. Your father was supposed to lead the household. Your father was supposed to educate the household. So that man that comes into your life is supposed to be replacing that dominant masculine figure that you had. So with that being said, that mother was supposed to nurture the father and the family. The mother was supposed to be the FDA of the father and the family. The mother was supposed to continue the education with the father and the family. The mother was supposed to be that person of, hold on, I know what you're saying. I know how you feeling, but I need you to see this in another way. See this from my perspective. Y'all supposed to do that. Yeah, you supposed to be our mothers the same way we supposed to be our fathers. You know what I'm saying? And I think that ideology needs to come back to us. Like, why is it only half of the things are being held up anymore? Every time I hear something, it's only half of it. Women want old-fashioned men, but they want to be the new-fashioned women. Oh, hold on. You ain't going 50-50. Well, you gonna shut the fuck up and listen to what the guy got to say. I don't give a... See, hold on, Seven. You supposed to be expressing yourself differently in 2024. Pardon me, y'all. Let me back up. Pause. So all I'm saying is, we have these ideologies of the old generations, but only want to have half of them. So like when I hear women saying, I'm not going 50-50, in my mind, I'm going, I understand that. A man's supposed to take care of you. But with that being said, you're supposed to submit to that man. No, there should not be an issue with that. He is making your life better. He is being an honorable man. He is taking care of you and your family, and you should what? Fall right in line with the plan. Fall right in line with his leadership. Fall right in line with his teachings. Because if you don't trust him, then you shouldn't be in that position, and then you won't have to worry about what? I'm not finna be submitting to no, but submit means to agree. I don't know if y'all know that. My next post, bro. You know your value, but why I gotta foot your half too? LOL. I'm just saying, right? And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let me be clear. Like I've dated women where, nah, you gonna come second to my job. You know, if I gotta go, whatever, it is what it is. Okay, guess what? They always had their own houses. Always. Like any woman who's ever told me that, they had their own shit. They wasn't looking for me to pay their rent. They wasn't looking for me to pay. Like I've had some very independent women, and we came together for different shit. It wasn't, they didn't need for me to take care of them. And so the understanding of me doing what the fuck you tell me to do is probably not going to be present either. And I was like, that's cool with me. I pay the cost to be the boss. If I ain't got to pay the cost, I ain't got to be the boss. Shit, you want to come through or not? If I pay that rent and that car note, you need to come through. Ain't no debates about that. And if anybody feels the type of way about that, then that position would not be for you. You understand what I'm saying? It's certain perks for different folks. It's certain reasons to have certain types of conversations and certain relationships. It's women out there who have some very understanding relationships with men who are financially founded in them. And there's things that they have expectations and they have agreements. And if those agreements ain't followed through with, that's going to change the validity of that person's reality. As has Mr. Johnson, but where are they now? Where are who? Oh man, listen, all of these people that we can speak about are out here. A lot of us are just scared to live in our free expression. And so what we do is we speak on other people. This is like when you see a person make a post about a woman who's in a polygynous relationship or a poly relationship, got multiple men, and people will comment on their shit like they know what they going through, or they'll judge the men or different shit like that. But when in reality, they're just kind of upset that this person is living in the realms of the reality that they see. This is a jealousy mechanism, right? I know I went through it. I was poly 30 years ago when the shit wasn't cool. Now it's acceptable like mushrooms is. But when I was back in the day, it was like, what the fuck make you think you deserve? Like, wait, deserve? Like, you know what the fuck? I foot the bill for this shit. Calm down, little lady. You don't even qualify to be asking these questions because you're not on my radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these mentalities and how we'll look at them, right? But the people who are freely expressive of what they want and what they desire, oh, there's somebody out there that will fulfill it. Period. You're like, oh, ain't nobody out there that's gonna. Yes, it is. There's women who will be poly. There's men who will be poly. There's like anything that an individual say. I want my woman. She's not my woman. She's my best friend. We was in a relationship, but my best friend told me I want two men, and I want them to only deal with me. You know what I'm saying? I won't be able to do what I want, but those men can. And I was like, you can get it. And you know, she did. She manifested it. She had two men and they dealt with her. It was like, damn, like, you know, and like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all you have to do is be free, express yourself, and you'll live the life you want. And there's a freedom in that to where you don't even care what nobody else is doing. Like, the more I lived the life I wanted to live, the more I cared less about what somebody else was doing and how they was living, of their expression, of their reality. It was like, I'm in heaven. I'm living everything I want to live. I have what I want. I have the women I want, the life I want, the house I want. This like when you find that, you like what they say, haters. What is it? Happy hoes ain't hating, and hating hoes ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? And same with dudes. Hating niggas ain't happy, and happy niggas ain't hating. I'd be in heaven, so I don't be mad at nobody for being what they be or doing what they do, you know. But man, like, and yo, Mr. Johnson and Tutu, thank y'all, because that's what I be talking about. Like being able to have these conversations, like being able to really address these things, being able to ask these questions, being able to point at each other and say, if that's the case, then why is this? And be able to have somebody saying, because that's like this, and I thought like that. You know what I mean? Like this is healthy for us. These challenging conversations, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate us having the ability to have them. I appreciate y'all tapping in, tuning in, kicking it, talking about all that. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. This was dope. I'm glad we went through this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Communication kills confusion, y'all. Oh shit. Hold on. Mr. Johnson and I used to deal with each other. Oh. Oh, that's where that little back. Y'all something else. Okay. But he often said, I never reciprocate what he gives to me. It often became a topic of discussion to the point where we could never get past it and no longer made me even want to reciprocate. Oh, Tutu let the cat out the bag. Thank you. Oh shit. Our first cushy coffee drama, you know what I'm saying, from the audience. He's had plenty of women who would carry their weight, but often circle back to me because they weren't what he wanted. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. It happens like that. And you know, and it's like, and you're right. It'll be those people that we constantly, because it's like we're like, okay, if you could just get this one part, everything will be good. So I know I'm not taking no sides. I'm literally like, as you're saying it, I'm seeing it in my own reality. Like, yeah, I have my own individuals that I have that same type of history with, and it's be like we go through so much growth and development and change within our own self that we'll be confident that that person might have went through it too. So it's like the next time we have that chance to reconcile or to, you know, check back in or to experience this person, is like we go in with that sense of, oh shit, I hope. And it's like there might have been a lot of growth and development, but was it in the place that we're looking for? And see, this is what we're talking about with the acceptance and the lack of acceptance. It's apparently some type of reciprocity that he's looking for. I think that maybe the conversation, and I ain't trying to be no motherfucking counselor or nothing. It's just my platform. It came up. I'm just talking through it, right? Because I understand y'all already got history. It's y'all's. Y'all deal with it how you want. But if this was me in the same situation came up, in my mind, that means that there's something that's not being understood equally. Like, are you understanding what it is? Or the other person understands is like, yo, I get it. I'm just not that person. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to supply that. And if that continues to be what you're searching for, we can keep going back and forth because I'm going to get greater and greater and greater. But that shit, I'll just never do. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, we need to be able to be like, oh, and then understand, like, I need to stop circling back because she's not going to reciprocate or she's not going to give off that same energy. And I'll say that us men that, like how I spoke on me and the brethren, us men that are at this state of value, if I may, I can understand where it's easy for us to feel like we at least deserve something that we're looking for. It's like to be constantly expected, but to not be able to expect or want or desire or request something from those individuals that we've given so much to. I totally understand that. I totally do, which is why I'll be letting it be known that I don't ask for a lot, but three things that I hate to hear from somebody I'm dealing with is no, stop, or don't. And I'm being funny, let me be clear. But I am saying that a no, like to be denied of something that I'm looking for is like, wait, what? Like how? How? How would you want to deny me? I can understand if it's something that's like against your dignity. Like, let me and my homeboys run bustos on you, right? Or let me get your check so I can go get on with type of shit. But, you know, for me, some of the things that has been requested by me, and it's like, what do you mean? No, what the fuck? Like, that's all I'm asking, and you don't want to do that. That feeling of you, like, yeah, you're supposed to be like, yeah, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, you can have it. Yeah, all right, you can do it. Like, that does it do. Like, you know, and I'll say that I don't think we're supposed to feel like that, but we do. And it comes from an honest place. You know what I'm saying? And why I don't feel like we're supposed to feel like that is because I feel like we're supposed to accept or not accept. You know what I'm saying? Accept or not accept. So if you're not offering what it is that, you know what I'm saying, that individual might be looking for, is not their place to request or to demand it. We can request it, but if like you're not finna do it, it's like, all right, I then at that point need to be like, I either accept you anyway, or all right, well, I'm good then. I need that. I want that. If you ain't gonna do that, if you're not gonna allow, you're not gonna whatever, I'm good on you. I don't accept. It's unacceptable. That, like, you know what I mean? Again, going back to women are supposed to accept shit. I mean, expect shit, and men are supposed to accept or not accept. Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as hell. Oh shit. Hey, I'm honored this going on my live. That's real shit. Hey man, have some intimate conversations. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't have that other half that you have, which goes beyond means. Right. Yeah, that's the thing, man. And that's the thing is like, as men already having, or the type of man I am, speaking for self and others like me, already having the things that we need in life, it's easy to accept, you know, different women who don't have, quote unquote, a lot to offer. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not needing a whole lot. Whereas a lot of men who don't have the foundations of all the things they need, they accepting shit because they need the shit that some of them got. You know what I'm saying? So for us as men, especially well-kept men, well-kept ourselves, we keep ourselves well. It's easy for us to fuck around and mess with what some might look at as a woman who ain't got, because it's like, shit, all she really got to do is be available, be respectable, you know what I'm saying, be intriguing, be, you know, easy on the eyes, be, you know, willing to go along with, you know what I'm saying. It's like, shit, I already, like, like what my man say, all I need is I don't even know how he said it, but he said, I already got a dishwasher, got 4 maids, 2 chefs. All I need is a woman to play spades, all Trump, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the man need is his partner. Like, we ain't expecting her to bring the crib and bring the sources of income and be our savior. Like, nah, just be a good mate. You know what I'm saying? Shit, keep me company. You know what I'm saying? Keep me entertained. Keep me interested. And, you know what I'm saying? Keep clean. And be my FDA. You feel me? Tutu said, I know. Mr. Johnson said, it's like when a woman find a broke nigga with knowledge and values, but want the rich nigga without them. Said never. Yo, this is some real shit. We talking about some shit. Ain't we all? He wants more than that. I mean, well, I was speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? I was speaking for me. You know, Brethren, he a little different. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, Brethren had his mother in his life. You know what I'm saying? Me, not so much. So his what he's looking for in a mate is going to be a little different than what I'm looking for. Even though we both are men of, you know what I'm saying, value, status, and class, you know what I'm saying, what we looking for in mates is going to be different. For me, my shit is going to be a little more base level because of the lack of relationship that I had with my mother. Where having a good relationship with your mother is going to have you with higher or more of a higher in the moral and the character and the socialization types of things. I mean, shit, he deal with politics. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. I might want to take you out and put you in one of long, elegant black dresses and toast some champagne. Most of the chicks I'm dealing with, they don't need to worry about that. You ain't got to know what the fuck the difference is from a salad fork and a shrimp fork. Most of the chicks I like. I'm silly as hell. But they ain't have what I have. I just don't take no shit because I know my worth too. Flat out, brethren. See, we could talk that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We could talk that bullshit. You feel me? But me myself, I can step into, that black tie fair event, you know what I'm saying, in tuxedo, or I come to the hood, kick it with a Guinness stout with a little shirt on my lap. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. So, being a man of social status and movement out here, you know what I'm saying? It's easier for us to accept a little bit more of, but again, all we doing is accepting, because like I said earlier, for me, the difference came in when I went from looking for a mother to my children and a mate. I don't plan on having no more children. I'm not against it, but it ain't the plan. I'm not looking for the whole, I'm going to create the family and we going to live happily. Like, I've tried that shit over the last 20 years and have been unsuccessful. I mean, out of the 14-year relationship with my 3 wives, that was beautiful, right? So, but that's what I'm saying is, like, if anything that I get back into is going to be just like that. Like, straight up. Like, so the ideology that I have now is a lot, like there's a lot. I expected shit then because you had a role to play. You have to be a good mother to my children first. I don't have that as a necessity anymore. So now it's like, shit, you ain't got to be nothing. You be who you are. And I'm going to see who you are and we'll see if we click. And if we click, then shit, seatbelts it is. But if not, then shit, ain't nothing to talk about. I circle back to her, but who was the only man she could call to come change her tire even while we were beefing for free. And for that, I'm still not supposed to expect some sort of reciprocity. So, yo, brethren, the answer to that is nope, you're right. You're not. And I know it sounds crazy, right? But this is the cost of being the boss. We the boss, right? So what we have is we have the right to talk shit, like you just did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you circle back, but who was the only nigga that she could call to change the tire, even when y'all was beefing for free? Nigga, me, that's who. And I don't expect shit back from it. Because that's why we can speak like that. Is because that is what we get. We get our rights to our name on some like Ike Turner, Tina Turner shit. Nah, she left like, I want this nigga name. He can have all the money, all this, all that. I want his name. No. I'm going to take my name. You take the money. You take the house. You take the cars. Remember, we different type of niggas. It's the cloth we cut from. We supplying everything, so we ain't worried about it. So with that being said, we can't. Even though we know we deserve that shit, we say that to each other while we sipping scotch, blowing cigars, but we can't expect it from them. Why? Because we gonna dog up on them again when we talk our shit. Yeah, whatever. I still was the only nigga that. I still walked and stood and conducted myself with this type of raw. That's what I was saying earlier when I say this is why I talk with my chest out, because of my walks. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, that is our payment. We can't expect nothing else. We can't expect them to give us reciprocity. We can't expect it. We can want it and desire it. And if they don't, we don't accept them. But we can't expect it. Mr. Johnson, now you're doing too much explaining, and I fulfill my end of the bargain. I stopped expecting because I knew she wouldn't give even when she may feel compelled to do so. It's pride. And it might be. But this is what I'm saying when I say that I do and I have. I like that y'all talking respectfully back and forth about this shit. And that's some real shit. Ain't neither one of y'all been disrespectful yet. You did too much by putting our business on here, and that's part of what I don't like, the lack of discernment. Okay, that's see, Brett, like I said, brethren dealing politics. So I'm one of them motherfuckers who will be like doing this shit where he like, hold on, we can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta see, these are the type, it's acceptable, not acceptable, what's expected. See what I'm talking about? It's all coming to light and it's all understandable. Nobody's wrong in this situation. Nobody's right, but they both have their outlooks and they interpretations about this. And I understand where both of them coming from. I agree with them both. And I'm the type of nigga, I push shit on blast. I'll push shit out there. I'll be like, but that's the type of person I am. I'm a real public person because I deal with other people's information. So it's like, why should I know your secrets and fears, but you can't know mine? Why should I know your information? You can't know mine. But I also understand how Mr. Johnson moved, you know what I'm saying? Political, under the veil, in different realms, different cloths, different hats, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, so I get them both, man. When can we pull up on you, bruh? Shit, now. The real Mr. Johnson, the constant disrespect towards me, you kind of deserved it. Oh, wait. This, hold on. Offense or disrespect? Because disrespect is intended as disrespect. And a lot of times in conversations, people like to say you disrespected me when nobody disrespected you. You just was offended by something that was said. Disrespect. Okay, now there it is. Mr. Johnson said, never disrespected you. Now, from a person who's been told many times you disrespected me, I can say a lot of people take when they're offended, that means that I've disrespected them. Disrespect is intentional. You don't accidentally disrespect somebody. You know what I'm saying? Right. Offensive. Offensive is one thing, but not disrespectful. I say things all the time that people take offense to, but I did not mean no disrespect. I am very clear with my disrespect. When I mean to disrespect, you'll hear some shit like me say some shit like, fuck you and 4 motherfuckers who look just like you. I'm very blatant, so you'll understand I'm disrespecting you. But when I'm offensive, it's like, hold on. I said some shit, you ain't like it. You took it offensively, but I wasn't being disrespectful. So I like that you said, okay, possibly offensive. Whatever is opposite of Tutu's views is disrespect to her. She said, Cap, bruh, you the cancer whisperer. That's because of my cancer moon sign and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels to be falsely accused, like clutching my pearls. You feel me? Like, nah, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I'm saying? And I love these type of engagements. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Tutu said I'm a Cancer. No doubt. I'm a Cancer moon sign. I'm very intuitive with this type of shit. And it's like I'm very sensitive, but I'm very in tune with my sensitivity. You know? She actually said, okay. Yo, this is dope, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love how y'all love, man, for real, because that's all it is. Love is the highest level of understanding, and every time that you're willing to go a little bit further and step into and lean into these types of conversations, it's showing that there's love there. You know, relationships don't always show love, just like sex doesn't show love. All of these things are separate. Sex don't mean that you love somebody. Sex don't mean you're supposed to be in a relationship. Being in a relationship don't mean that you have to have sex with somebody. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, they're not like they can cross over the boundaries, but we have to be very clear. Like, I love people that I'm not in a relationship with. There's people that I'm not in a relationship with that I love. Absolutely fucking love them. I'm in love with one of them, but it's like it just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to happen. It didn't work out like that. Then there's people that, you know, you might have sex with, but you don't love them. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, this shit is awesome, but you know, as far as that bond and this and that, like, so and then there's, you know, people that, you know what I'm saying, you might not have, you have love for, but you're not in a relationship with. And for me, like that right there and what they just displayed and that respect in those conversations, like they talking about shit that is emotionally charging for them, but they're doing it in a loving way. They're keeping that respect there. They're keeping that compassion there, but they also, you know what I'm saying, letting it be known how they truly feel. Like, I can call you out. I can tell you selfish. I can tell you on some bullshit without being disrespectful. I can tell you, you know what I mean? You ain't reciprocating the way I want. I can tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, you know, that's what we supposed to do. You know, olive branch, let's reset. Oh shit. Macaroni and cheese. Hey. I'm ignorant as fuck. Hey, yo. I love y'all, man. I love us. I love us, man. I love this. Like, urban philosophy. This is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? The love of conversation, being able to have these conversations, being able to deal with challenging conversations, you know, in a responsible and respectful way, like real adult shit. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some real challenges, some shit on some real adult, respectful, you know, mature shit. Like, that's what, like, I love that more than anything, you know, and that be one of the main things that I be looking for individuals that I'm contemplating dealing with is like, do you have the ability to have challenging conversations and leaving your emotions in check? You ain't got to leave them out of the conversations. Just leave them in check. You know what I'm saying? Like how she was like, yo, you being disrespectful. It was like, okay, maybe not disrespectful, offensive. She was able to check herself. Like, okay, yeah, I said that. Might not have been disrespectful, but I was offended. Like, motherfucker, I ain't like that shit. But I can see that you weren't trying to be disrespectful. That type of shit. We have to be able to be like, I said what I said. And listen, I don't even want to talk to you if you were, I said what I said, ass motherfucker. Shut your head ass up. You feel me? I got a job at 4, but when I'm done, I'll drop by, bro. Been too long. No doubt. Tutu, you coming? That's the key. Peace. Yo, I'm loving it. I'm loving y'all tapping in, man. I'm loving y'all taking part in the conversations and all of that, man. I'm loving it, man. Yeah, man. So it's been an hour. You know, I just wanted to kick it. Tutu said, yes, come scoop me. Okay, there it is. Group thing. All right. Shit, I'm gonna have to call me somebody up to balance the scale so we can all kick it. Hey, look like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be one of them. Let's get it. I'm with it. Y'all know me. You feel me? Shit. Just let me know when you on the way. Let's get a Psychonaut Academy of Detroit round circle going. Talk about some shit. Get down to it. You feel me? I love it. Man, I love it, y'all. And I appreciate everybody tapping in. You know what I mean? This shit has been fun, man. It always is. I be loving, you know, the responses. I be loving y'all sharing the videos, tagging people, bringing them in, you know what I'm saying? So we can just tap into this shit as a village, man. Meat on deck. Yes, there is meat on deck. Actually, there is meat on deck. Yep, I got some meat here. You feel me? We had to pop a bottle. Oh, shit, special occasion. I ain't popped a bottle of meat in maybe a year or something, maybe even more. That's some real shit. Let's get it popping. I like how you talking. You feel me? So, yo, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping in, man. Share this video. You know, have these conversations with your peoples, with your friends, with your families, with your mate. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring them to the village. Let's really lean into these ideologies and, you know, find more respectful and responsible ways to be able to communicate with one another. Because that's what I'm trying to bring about with these conversations, with this urban philosophy, these cushion coffees. Is like, these are conversations that we can all take part in and find healing, just like you just seen, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Johnson and, you know, Miss Tutu LaRue. You figure deal me? Hey, man, I love y'all. And like always, I end asking you to today find somebody that you love and appreciate them and tell them that you love them in a language that they can understand it in. Peace.